and then Jimmy and Leachy at the end there, it was just crazy. You just sort of don't know what to do with yourself. But I just think at the end of the day, if you can't look back at that test match, even in our dressing room, being on the losing side, and just, be quite thankful that you've been involved in a game like that, because test matches like that don't happen that often and don't come around that often either. So, I think just even looking at, watching Jimmy and Leachy walk off there, I think they appreciated that in the moment as well. It's not too often you see Jimmy Anderson smiling on the cricket pitch anyway, but, being the man getting out with 2 to win, and you just see him just with, I don't know, the fact that he was out there and just enjoyed the whole thing, and even though we're on the losing side of it, just a great game to be a part of.
I don't know how much you've seen the guys in the dressing room or whatever, just here you've been doing all this, but you've been on the right side of some sensational finishes. Everything's been entertaining, everything's been funny. Is it harder to enjoy a classic when you're on the wrong side of it?
Not at the moment, definitely not. I think when you have the mindset in terms of what we want to go out and do, and try and give ourselves the best opportunity to win games all the time, you have to lose games to really appreciate how good it is to actually win games. But yeah, if you are going to lose games, you'd like to be involved in a game like that, losing than by, I don't know, 200 runs or whatever it is. Sounds daft because you almost go, oh, you're so close, but then anyway you're so far away because you lose. But yeah, I think everyone's just appreciating this week for what it was.
Yeah, I mean, you said games like this don't come around very often, right? So you're back now, the 4th time someone's lost a game and having forced the follow-on. Rewinding back through all the stuff that's happened to that moment when you decided to follow on, could you ever imagine the way you could lose the game, or was how you were going to win the game the only question?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think you look back to that point and the 3 innings before, we managed to rip through their top order, in Mount Maunganui twice, and then obviously here again as well. And we said early on, before we took the field on that day, that if we have the opportunity and force to follow on, we will do it. And I knew that New Zealand would have to play pretty much the perfect game to win this game. But even then, bowling them out and having to chase 250, it was always our game to lose. And you've got to give credit to New Zealand, not only for the way in which they played to allow themselves 250 runs to bowl at, but also the way in which they bowled. Teams are allowed to be better than us. We can hold our hands up and say that this week, when it came to the crucial moments in the game, that New Zealand were better than us, and we're absolutely fine with that. But in terms of all the decision makings and things like that, I'll stand by, because I know that especially with Jimmy, Brody and Robbo with the ball, that teams have to play incredibly well to get totals like New Zealand managed to get in their second